Oh hey, I'm just setting up my mom's new profile page on Facebook. You need to know that there are ways to be online without letting the whole world see your business. Once you get online and start reconnecting with your own friends that you haven't talked to in years, you'll see that it isn't all a waste of time. Or as some people say, a cultural wasteland. There are all kinds of networking groups, both social and creative. There are people talking about movies, homeschools, theology, skateboarding, scrapbooking, knitting, family genealogy, how to train your dog. You name it, there are people online talking about it. One of my friends joined this group about books she likes. Not my thing, but it works for her. So, if your kids want access, then you need to have access. Oh, I just downloaded the Facebook application to my phone, too. I know, TMI about your life is not a good thing. So here's my rule of thumb. Is this something I want my grandma or my youth pastor to see? Good rule.
Yeah, I go into chat rooms all the time. But I always stay public and I never use my real name as my screen name.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You know, last year, I actually had to change my screen name because my ex-girlfriend and a couple of her friends were constantly getting on my case.
Oh, that stinks.
It really started to get awkward.
Dude, have you tried the new iChat studying?
No, not yet.
Oh man, it really helped me with last week's Spanish project.
Check it out. I've got a graphing calculator on my iPod.
Whoa.
No way. You know, I have like a bunch of notes for next week's test on that.
Oh man, that's really gonna help.
Yeah, if I can convince my dad to let me bring it.
Yeah, really.
Trust me, parents. You're not alone in wanting to keep your children safe. We even scored a soundbite from our good friend, Mr. Roy Cooper. You know, the North Carolina Attorney General. He has made internet crimes against children a priority in his office. He's got a lot of good advice, so buckle up.
With today's technology, the internet can be at our fingertips every minute of every day. Most young people are online, and that can be a good thing, but not all of the online world is safe or appropriate for them. Learning about the dangers of the internet can help reduce the risk that your children will be exposed to explicit material or people who might want to exploit them. You might think your child will tell you about sexual solicitations or other things that make them uncomfortable when they're using the computer. But surveys have found that most incidents are not reported to parents or guardians. Your direct involvement as a parent, providing supervision and guidance, is the best way to protect your children from online threats, even if you're intimidated by computers and technology. Keeping your computer in a common area lessens the temptation for your child to wander through inappropriate areas of the internet. Check with your internet provider for any services, features, or parental controls that they offer that can help parents. Learn how to use parental controls that are available through your computer's operating system, as well as the controls that are available on individual pieces of software like computer games. Family rules for using the computer should be established and posted near the computer as a reminder. Rules to consider would include how long they can be online, which hours of the day, and what activities are allowed. Help your kids see through online offers for free stuff, and make sure they understand that they need to protect their personal information. Avoid online areas where adults can communicate freely with youngsters. Experts say young children shouldn't be allowed to enter chat rooms. And parents, I recommend keeping younger kids off social networking sites like MySpace and Facebook. If you choose to let your children enter chat rooms or participate in social networking sites, you'll need to provide an extra level of supervision and monitoring. Youngsters need to know that their use of the computer is not confidential, and that it's your job as a parent to keep an eye on what they do. If your child switches the computer screen when you enter the room, or seems edgy about their online activities, talk to them, and trust your instincts. Make sure they know they can come to you or another trusted adult if something that happens online upsets them or makes them feel uncomfortable. And make sure they know that you won't automatically pull the plug on their internet access if they do report something. One of the things they might come to you about is online harassment. Unfortunately, it's very common among young people. When possible, it's best for children not to respond to it. However, if the harassment is ongoing, or if someone threatens to harm your child, you need to stop what you're doing, pay attention, and work to solve the problem.
I was IMing with my friends online one night. My friend introduced me to this guy online. After we talked for a couple of months, he started hassling me and pressuring me into meeting up with him offline. I thought I liked him from the chats, but I was a bit nervous about meeting him face to face. You know, it ended up that my friend didn't even know him. She had also just talked to Joe online. I decided to block Joe from my buddy list, but I was nervous because I knew he knew the name of my school and where I lived. Joe continued to talk to me. Even though I blocked him, he got a new username, and I changed my username, but he still talked to me. I really got nervous that he was still going to try and find me. I decided to tell my parents. They were just glad I told them.
Dude, there are some sketchy people out there. Sometimes the dumb stuff they do ruins it for everyone else. Stinks, I know. Some kids are going to be really stressed about their parents checking up on their online activities. But it doesn't have to be a huge battle. It's probably best to actually have your rules in place before they start getting online. Because once they've been online without monitoring, it's tougher to accept new rules. But it's never too late to get your rules in place. Get your kids to set up your profile page and help you get plugged in. You don't have to be an internet Nazi. Just check up on them discreetly. You don't have to invade their space, just scan through and look for problems. They may huff and puff a little at first, but they'll get over it. Look at me. I did.